Making it relatable. Let's do it. Oh, my goodness. Lots to talk about today. Lots to talk about. Lots and lots to do. Lots to say. Did you hear that? Got a little bit of a squeak going on there. Not sure if you can hear that in the mic. I'm going to fix that. Okay. So 11 views. 11 views. Can you believe it? 11 views in my last video. Now, I have to admit, probably like 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 or 9 or 10 of those views are from me. But I did get a couple views. I did get a couple. I'm sure I got a couple of views. I don't know if not all of them were for me. A few of them. I do go back and I'll rewatch what I post because I do laugh at myself. I definitely do laugh at myself. I think that I mean I am a weirdo. I know that for sure. I'm weirdo. I mean, I think we're all kind of weird in our own way, but I know I'm especially weird in a lot of ways. So I'll go back and watch my weirdness. And also, I like to criticize myself. I really do enjoy doing that. I like to go back, rewatch, see how I talk about things, see what maybe I can do better about how I communicate ideas, and really critique myself and be super hard on myself. But also, if I can make myself laugh, I think that's kind of good. Sometimes I'll go back, I'll rewatch stuff, and I'll be like, it was actually funny. And at the time, I didn't think it was funny. I was just saying whatever's on my mind. And then when I watch back, I'm like, that was actually pretty funny. So in any case, 11 views, whether nine, 8 or 9 of them were from me and only 2 or 3 were from other people, or only a few. I don't know how many. I think, okay, if I'm going to be really properly realistic without being silly, I think 2 of those views would have been for me because one view I went in, I watched. The second time I went in and watched the rest. So that's pretty good. That's really good, actually. That means that I'm getting more views. Hey, hey, what's up with that? Only maybe 5 videos ago, I was saying, hey, it'd be awesome to get one view. If you go back even 5 videos, you'll see I still have 0 views on like 4 videos in a row, which is fine. Going from 0 views to like 4 or 5. Hey, we're climbing up. We're at 11. So this is great news. Fantastic news. Really happy about that. Still community of 2. I know it says I have 3 subscribers. 2 of those are my other accounts. So I really only have 1 subscriber. And that's fine. Awesome stuff. And it's a pleasure to have you here. Subscriber, 1 subscriber. Now, if you're looking at this for the first time, or if you've happened to have viewed one of my other videos and you're back, hey, welcome back. Great to have you. And you know what? Don't subscribe. Don't just keep viewing the videos and don't even subscribe. It's all good. It's fine. I'm just happy to have you here. And you know what? Don't even view a video ever again. That's fine too. Don't like the videos. Don't comment. None of that stuff. Don't do any of that. I know I said this before, but I just think it's really kind of, I mean, I get it. I get why every single YouTuber is like, subscribe, like smash the subscribe button and make sure you ping the notification bell and all this stuff. Leave comments for me. Obviously, helps the channel. Awesome to have you do it, but also don't do it. Also, don't do it. Also, never do that. Also, never come back and view another video. That's fine. It's all good. But also come back. Only do things you really actually want to do. Don't do it just because you're like, well, I'm going to, support this guy because that's the nice thing to do. And no, don't do any of that stuff. Only do it because you actually like subscribe only if you want to be notified when I post up another video. If you don't care, don't do it. Same with liking and sharing and commenting. Don't do things you don't really want to do. And that should be pretty much like across the board for the most part. Obviously, I know we've got to do some things that we don't really want to do because it's for the greater good and all that kind of stuff. But something like this is YouTube. Don't do it if you don't want to do it, but do it if you want to. So with all that out of the way, now I'm trying to make this a habit where I actually make notes And I'm going to do this. I kind of made this decision. If I could open up my phone, hey, if I could open up my phone, if I could, if I could unlock my phone, awesome. That would be awesome. I know they have this like fingerprint thing, right? And I go to press the fingerprint. Nope. Nope. There have been 5 attempts to unlock this phone using fingerprints. Unlock using your pattern instead. Okay. So why do you have the fingerprint function? Why? Why even bother having it if I can't use it? So what I've been doing, and I kind of made this decision to myself, is I know and I'm never, you know what? I'm not going to change the About Me section in my YouTube channel where it says I post every single day. I'm just going to leave it like that, even though I clearly don't post every day. But I'm just going to leave it like that. I'm just going to leave it that I post every day. Anyway, so I wrote down 5 things, and that's what I think. That's the system I think I'm going to go with for now. It'll change. But for now, this is how I'm going to do it. I'm just going to write down, when I have 5 things that I've written down that I think would be, that I just want to talk about, then I'm going to talk about them and I'll create a video. And that's what I'm going to do. That's my system. And that's it. So number 1, stomach in shambles. Oh, man. Okay. I know I shouldn't do this. I shouldn't do it, but I do it because in the moment I'm like, that'll be fine. It'll be totally fine. So what did I do? Okay. Well, I went to, so every single Saturday night so far, I go teach this kid how to play piano. And I've become very good friends with the father and the mom. They're like, they're almost like family to me. So I go over and I'll teach the kid piano, and then we'll have some dinner together, play some video games, and have a couple beers, and I'll head home. Fine. Anyways, I ate way too much, and I ate way too much of things I shouldn't be eating. Actually, I'll change the wording around a little bit more. Everything I ate was things I shouldn't be eating. Everything. And I ate way too much of that stuff. Way too much. Like if it was just vegetables, and I ate that amount of vegetables, that would be way too much vegetables. But it'd be vegetables. So it'd be fine. It's vegetables, all good, healthy, awesome. But none of that was actually, a little bit was vegetables, but we're talking about like iceberg lettuce. I might as well have not even eaten vegetables at all. So all of it, maybe mustard, mustard's fine. There's no sugar in mustard. Mustard is good, turmeric, healthy for you. So I'd go, that was about it. The mustard was healthy. Yeah. That's it. Just mustard. That's it. Just mustard. So I had 2 really greasy hamburgers. Oh, they were greasy, filthy greasy, on a brioche bun. Okay. All right. And I also had a sausage, like a big, fat, filthy sausage. It was disgusting, but delicious at the time. And I knew it as me this. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm going to pay for this later. But I was also thinking it'll be fine at the same time. Both things happening at exactly the same time. It'll be totally fine. It'll be fine. It'll be all good. And you know what? At the time, I felt totally cool. So let me explain a little bit more. So how it started is they said, let's do hamburgers tonight. I said, great. They said, pick up buns and a side. Cool. No problem. So there were 2 choices one choice for buns were like whole wheat, and they were good. I shop at Costco. So whole wheat buns, better. They were like almost whole grain buns, better, but there were 24 of them. You know Costco. If you don't know Costco, now you know Costco. You want one, you get 1 million. That's the way it goes. Except they had these brioche buns, and there were only 12. So I'm like, oh, brioche buns. Shouldn't do it. Gonna taste way better, but also shouldn't do it, but also way less buns. So gonna do it. I did it. Bought the buns and looking for sides. Now they had two choices for sides. I usually have more choices, but lately, I know with everything going on with, you know, this whole situation, there's limitations as to like the variety you're going to get at the grocery stores. So, anyways, there's two choices. One choice was quinoa, like a quinoa salad, but I knew for sure, the kid's not going to have it. And also, I'm pretty sure my buddy doesn't really like it. I'm pretty sure his wife likes it, but also they have a Caesar salad. Now, Caesar salad was with iceberg. There might have been some romaine in there. But I'm pretty sure a lot of it was actually iceberg, not even romaine. But hey, it's fine. I was like, you know what? We're eating burgers anyways, and I know they're making sausages and hot dogs. Let's just do the Caesar salad. Whatever. So I bought the Caesar salad. And also, I've been eating quinoa every day. Like, so what I do is I'll make food for myself, of course, because I don't have anybody else to make food for me. So I make food for myself. And when I make food for myself, I don't make enough for just that meal. I'll make for like 3, 4, 5 meals worth. So, and I just eat the same thing every day because it's easier. I don't want to have to cook every day. I don't have the patience. I don't have the energy. I don't feel like cooking something different every day. I cook one thing, a big amount, eat it all day. Anyway, so I made quinoa. I've been eating that for 5 days already. Definitely not having the quinoa salad. So for sure, Caesar salad. Okay. So then I go over there and start with Caesar salad. I ate a lot of Caesar salad. Oh, I ate way too much Caesar salad. It's delicious. And again, figured I'm already eating horribly tonight. So whatever. And I was starving. I hadn't eaten for like, I think it was like 6 hours by that point. Because I broke my fast way too early. I also intermittent fast. Anyways, side notes. So I started with one burger and I saw it, like he's cooking it. So he's, pan searing it. Oh man, it was like, smelt amazing, looked amazing, and it ended up tasting fantastic. But I looked at it, it was like, ooh, this is greasy. I mean, it was like just dripping, soaking in fat. Oh, baby. Had to do it. I ate it with cheese, with cheddar cheese. At least the cheese wasn't that processed crap. It was proper cheddar cheese. So fair enough. A little bit of mustard on it, a little bit of onion. Onion's good too. Yeah. So I had onion. Cheese is fine. I put way too much cheese on it, but cheese is fine. And plus there was cheese in the salad, but cheese is fine. But not fine. Not that much cheese. Not a good idea, but I did it anyways. Whatever. So really, though, I think okay. So the mustard and the onions, two things. Hey, look at that. Two. I thought it was just one. At first, I thought it was no things that were healthy, but now we got two things that are healthy. Sweet. Whatever. Eating the burger, loving it, awesome, and had the salad. And I should have just stopped. I should have just been like, that's it. I'm all good. Done. Totally done. I'm satiated, feeling great. Let's move on with the rest of the night. Nope. Didn't do it. They finished and they're like, I'm done. And they're looking at me, they're like, you look like you want. Yeah. I'm like, I didn't even let them finish. They're like, would you let, I'm like, yep. Yes, I would. Absolutely, I would. Yes, no need to finish the sentence. I'm already in the kitchen, actually, filling my plate back with another burger. Oh, yes, absolutely. So had another burger. No more salad. Didn't have any more salad. And then after I was done that, they're looking at me, and because they're ready to move on with them. They want to do other things. They don't want to just sit there anymore. They're happy. I know they're happy to sit there. We're talking, having a good time. All is good. But they also want to move on. But I'm not ready. I'm not ready to move on. No way. Absolutely not. I'm going for a sausage. Is what they cook sausage and hot dogs. I looked at the hot dogs and the sausage. I'm like, I could totally do both. I could, but okay, I'll have at least some sense of willpower. And I'm clearly not having willpower, but I'm fooling myself and thinking, okay, I'm gonna fool myself. I'm gonna delude myself into having some sense of willpower. So I'm not gonna do a hot dog, but I'm gonna do a sausage, right? Right, sure. So ate a sausage, ate that filthy sausage, but delicious. So now I'm ready for drinks. They're already drinking. They're like, "Would you like something to drink?" I'm like, "Yep, yep, bring it on." So I had a tall boy. I don't even know. I don't know. I have no clue what kind of beer it was. No idea. They gave me a tall boy, and that's all that matters. It was a tall boy, had beer in it. I drank it. That's all I know. And then they offered their son some treats, and I ate most of the treats. The kid was having the treats. They were right there, and I ate them. I ate them. He was clearly done. Like I wasn't gonna steal treats away from a kid. Come on, come on now. I'm I'm wacky. I know I'm wacky, but I'm not that wacky. Let the kid finish, and then and then my buddy's like, "You want those, don't you?" I'm like, "Yep, yes, I do." So I ate the treats. Like there were sour candies, and it was one of those large bags, and I ate all of it except for whatever the kid had, which wasn't much. He's like 9 years old, so didn't have much. And then if that wasn't enough, uh, his wife decided to get out some, those mixed snacks with like nuts and pretzels and all. Oh yeah, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Ate that too. She gave me a pretty big bowl. I wasn't even sure if I was supposed to share it or not, but I ate it all. I ate all, and I wasn't even liking it. I wasn't even enjoying it at all. But I ate it all. I ate all of it. Oh, and then offered another beer. Some like raspberry infused beer. It was like a cooler. It reminded me of like, those margaritas that you get with the beer in the margarita at those Mexican. I know there's a name for that. I got to totally figure that out. But anyways, had that tall boy. And then I was done. And you know what? Actually, I felt fine. I felt fine at the time. And that night, I actually slept pretty good. Didn't even think about it. The next day, fine. The whole day, ate normally. But that night, oh man, I got after 1 hour of sleep, disaster. Stomach, disaster. Absolute, complete disaster. Messed up. Shambles. Like a pain in this area that I don't think I've ever experienced before. And I was up the whole night. So I went to bed. I was feeling really tired at around 9:30, 10 o'clock at night. Went to bed, watched something for about 30 minutes, fell asleep, probably about 10:30, 11, woke up at 1. And I was up for the entire night. And the whole next day felt like absolute garbage, complete garbage, and didn't eat. Actually, no, that's not true. I did eat a little bit. I had a pear, some mixed nuts, and 2 eggs the whole day. I could barely stomach that. It was a mess. Washroom wasn't happy. Washroom, not happy. Pipes in the washroom, not happy. Definitely not. People in other apartments, potentially also not happy. It was that bad. It was that bad. But hey, you know what? I'm actually wondering if it was worth it. I'm wondering if I'll do it again. I'll probably do it again. Jeez. It's like I can't stop myself. I can't stop because, okay, so here's the thing. You got to understand is I eat during the week. I eat very, very healthy, very healthy. This is like my one night to really indulge and really enjoy myself. And then I binge. It's bad. Now, I don't do this every single time, but there's been a couple instances where we've had some food that has been food you should have. If you're going to eat it, you only eat a little bit of it, but I don't do that. I go all out and I eat as much as I can possibly manage and more than that. So I really got to get that under control. Anyways, so that's my whole stomach and shambles thing. Let's move on. Hey, can't I unlocked my phone. Awesome. So I forgot that my friend's mom died. How about that? How about that? How about I forgot that my friend's mom died? Now, granted, new friend. Okay. By the way, this is the lady that I've spoken about a few times on my podcast here. Or is this a podcast, a vlog, video channel? I don't know what to call it. Maybe I'll just call it my channel. So I've spoken about this girl a few times on my channel. And her mom passed away a while ago. And she's talked about this like quite a few times with me. And then she said, when was this? Like maybe yesterday or the day before? I don't remember. But she said, hey, it's my mom's birthday. Now all she said was, it's my mom's birthday. That's all she said. Granted, she told me her mom died a few times. Should have been able to remember that, but all that went out the window. Okay, this is not really an excuse, but what was happening at the time? I was busy. I was doing stuff. I'm not an excuse at all. I should get absolutely no leeway for forgetting that a friend's mom died, but I did. So she told me that it's her mom's birthday. And the first instinct was, well, when someone tells you that it's their mom's birthday, you go, oh, well, happy birthday to them. And then on top of that, I said, I hope she has a great birthday. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I said. That's exactly what I said. I hope your mom has a fantastic and wonderful birthday today. What did you get her? I actually did ask. I asked my friend what she got her mom for her birthday. Yeah. And is she going to, and I hope she enjoys it. Yeah. That's great, isn't it? So then I get a message about, I don't know, an hour later. Now I didn't read the message until many hours later, like a lot of hours later. But she sent me a message maybe half an hour later. And when I did get the message, it was, hey, I guess you forgot my mom's dead and died a while ago. Remember we talked about that? And then I said, yeah, I do remember. And clearly I forgot in the moment. I'm not going to try to cover it up. I'm not going to try to pretend like I didn't forget, like I wasn't being absent-minded. And I am obviously a dick, obviously. So I apologized. Luckily, and I've mentioned this before, sweet girl, really nice girl. She's like, it's no worries, all good. You're having a busy day, probably. You're just not really thinking. She's making excuses for me. And then I just told her, I'm like, I appreciate the excuses, but don't make excuses for me because, yeah, I was busy. But really, the real reason why is because I just flat out forgot. I flat out forgot. And it's not because it's not important for me to remember. It's just because I forgot. And I'm absent-minded and I am a dick. So that's that. Next, should we go to the next one? Jeez, I can't believe that. Now I'm for sure not going to forget. Actually, I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't say that for sure I won't forget because I might forget again. Imagine that. Jeez. I'm not going to forget. I got to tell myself I'm not going to forget. I'm going to remember. And then that's it. Okay. So next, something a little bit nicer. Let's talk about this. So remember the job I've been talking about? Again, first time here. Well, I got a new job offer. And that job offer is seeming to be pretty good. So it sounds like it's really workshops that I'm going to be doing. It's sort of like a podcast of some sort where I'm going to be talking to professionals in a variety of different industries. It sounds like my first show or video or workshop or podcast I'm going to be doing is with this. The subject matter is tax law. So not the most fun, not the most interesting, but of course I'm going to have to make it interesting. And I think it will be I think it will be. I mean, it's a dry topic, tax law, dry topic, definitely. But at the same time, I believe that if you genuinely show and show interest, pay attention to what somebody's saying, ask some questions that are genuinely interesting to you in the moment about the person's background in the subject or about the subject, then you can make the conversation, you can turn a dry topic into something that is more interesting. I believe that. I really do. So I am looking forward to trying this. And I signed the contract. I wasn't sure if I was going to get the call on Monday or Tuesday. I said I would wait until Tuesday. I got the call, or well, not a call, but an email early Monday, like 8:30 in the morning Monday. Awesome. Signed by about 1 o'clock in the afternoon after I looked over it, and I sent it to my dad. I'm like, can you also take a look at this? Dad's awesome. Looked at it. He's like, totally cool to sign it. Signed it. And I'm going to do this. So I've been calling around to tax lawyers and trying to get a tax lawyer to do this podcast. So that's going to be the hardest part about this for sure, is finding somebody who's actually going to do that. But they get paid, they get to also promote their business. So that's their incentive. So I think I'll be able to do it. Anyway, so that's what's going on with that. That's all I wanted to say so far. I'll let you know how it goes. I'll keep you posted. Unlocking my phone. Here we go. So I wrote, what did I write here? Grateful and thankful, but also can't wait to never have to worry about anything ever again. Yeah. Yeah. Uh, moments like these, and this is why I really like to do this, at least for now. Once I stop enjoying doing this, then I'm going to just stop doing this. But I enjoy doing this whole thing with YouTube that I'm doing so far because it puts me in a better headspace. When I was awake 1 o'clock in the morning and like just stomach was in shambles and not able to go to the washroom, but also then able to go to the washroom more than I wanted to be able to go to the washroom. Uh, my brain starts moving in different directions. It does, especially because I have trouble. I have a real trouble sleeping, like a real hard time sleeping, real bad time. So brain goes into all kinds of different directions. And I do end up thinking to myself things like, well, it would be nice to never have to think about all the things that I'm stressed out about, like having to make money and having to, figure out stuff with my parents I'm not going to go into right now, and also figure out stuff with my friends I'm not going to go into right now, and also trying to be able to build things in my life and thinking about my finances and thinking about just things that stress me out. It'd be nice to not have to think about any of that stuff anymore. It'd be nice. Like, come on. Who would disagree with that? Who wants to think about things that stress themselves out? So it would be nice to never, this is just now, okay. So keep in mind, let's not get the wrong impression here. I also mentioned topic is grateful. I am grateful. I have a lot of fantastic things in my life and I get it. Awesome. Happy about that. But also, it would be nice to not have to think about a lot of things ever again. It would be nice. And part of me does look forward to that. Part of me looks forward. And this is just this is more of like a philosophical conversation. So this is not like me saying anything above me on that. It's just a philosophical, conversation, something that just mind was going towards, and I'm just sharing it. That's all this is. Let's not read past that. There's no reading between lines here or anything like that. Let's just make sure that that's clear. Now, yeah, I think that day when it comes, and who knows if, maybe I'll be one of the fortunate ones that knows how many days I have left. I think that part of me would think that that's good. And then also part of me is like, well, it'd be nice to also not have any clue. Like just one day it's all over, and fair enough. Fine. And part of me looks kind of forward to that, where I don't have to stress about anything ever again, We don't have to just worry about stuff. We don't have to try to be social with people and wait on people's phone calls and have to track people down and build income streams and all this stuff. We don't have to do any of that ever again. Would be nice. However, I am also, like I said, thankful. I am thankful. Got some great things in my life, a lot of things that I'm happy about, a lot of things that I've accomplished, and I'm sure I will accomplish a lot more, and I will be happy about those things and all that stuff. But also can't wait to die. That's all I'm saying. So, uh, let's go on to the next one. Let's go on to the next one. Last thing. This last thing. Burning pots. Burning pots. Yeah. Yeah. I'm really good at that. I'm really good. If you want to know how to burn a pot, talk to this guy. I'll show you. I'll show you. I'll tell you. I am an expert at burning pots. Amazing at it. Okay. So I just forget that I'm cooking stuff. Totally forget. And I have also set up a system for myself to remember. I have an actual alarm. Okay, so there's an app called Clock that I go into, and I have a variety of timers set up. And whenever I'm cooking something, like for instance, hard-boiled eggs, actually I don't make them hard-boiled, I make soft-boiled eggs. 8 minutes. 8 minutes, they go into the boiling water for 8 minutes. And I set a timer because I know myself, I get distracted. I've got ADD, I get distracted and totally forget that I'm making eggs, or totally forget that I'm making soup, or totally forget that I'm making chicken, or totally forget that I'm making salmon, or totally forget just that I've left an empty pot on the stove at the highest heat possible. Totally forget that. So I set alarms. However, then I have to remember to set the alarm. The alarm is there to help me remember that I'm cooking something, and it's timed. Like I have this alarm, this timer says eggs, so I just hit it, start, good to go. And I use the same one for boiling water because it takes about the same amount of time to boil water. And then once it goes off, get a reminder, and pretty much every single time that I set the timer, I've totally forgot that I'm actually making something, the alarm goes off, and then I remember. That's what it's there for. Because otherwise, I'll forget, burn a pot. But also, I have to remember to set the alarm in the first place. Didn't do it, burned a pot. And also, this is not the first time. I've burnt, since I've been here, I've burnt 3 pots. 3 pots in, it's been 6 months. It's pretty good. A pot every couple months. Fantastic. Burn the pot. And I burn really bad. Now I heard that you put soap in and you boil like water with the soap in it, and then that'll help to get all the burnt stuff off the bottom of the pot, all the sediment that got burnt into the pot, help get it off. No, got most of it off, but a lot of it, it's still decently black. So then I go and buy a new pot, and I'm like, first time it happened, like, and by the way, okay, I should also mention that that's here. That's here. Burned 3 pots here, but when I was in my other place, burnt another 2 pots. So this has been happening. This is something recent that I just totally forget that I'm making stuff. Totally forget. And I've burnt, so now I'm going to have bought 5 pots in the last year that I should have never, and these are great pots. Great pots. Should never have had to buy more pots. These pots should last for a very long time. All brand new, by the way, all brand new. It's not like they were 10 years old already or 20 years old or even 5 years old. They're brand new. Brand new, not even a year old. And then I go and burn the pots and I replace them. I've got to spend more money on pots because I forget. Isn't that fantastic? So if you're somebody who never burns a pot and you want to burn a pot, you're not sure how to do it, let me know. Let me know. Anyways, that's all I want to talk about. That's it. Thanks so much for tuning in, and don't subscribe. Don't like the video. Don't comment. Whatever. And maybe we'll get from this from one video. Okay, not this video, but a video at some point. Maybe we'll get a third community member. Maybe right now we got me. We got one other subscriber. Maybe we'll get a third. Who knows? We'll find out. Uh, Probably not this video, but maybe another one. And that's it. Bye.